right, everyone, what's going on? Just be here, and tonight we are gonna have a good time. Hopefully my music is not too loud in the background. Drop some love in the comments. Make sure you guys can hear me well. I'm not too sure. I got my iPad running to make sure that's good as well, and I got a bunch of things running around here, so we'll see. Yeah. 4 hours until the next episode of Raising Kanan. I do think that we're gonna be able to learn some more things about it for sure. But I'm excited to be hosting the very first live stream on my channel. For now, I'm just calling it, B Talks Live. I mean, it might change into something eventually, but I appreciate you guys coming out tonight in the building. I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers are actually looking not too bad. I thought only like 5 of y'all was gonna come. So anyways, again, welcome guys. I want to hop right into it. I spent all day just sort of putting together some notes and making sure it's going to be enjoyable. So it's not just going to be me rambling on and talking stuff, right? We're going to have a good time, and probably only going to be here for about an hour. So don't expect it to be running on some stream for 3 and 4 hours and whatnot. I want to get as many of you guys on as possible so we can talk about it. And really the goal for this was for me to really take the conversation out of the comment section and just have it together as the fans of the show, because it's such a big thing. I mean, if you really think about it, Breeze is probably the biggest character from an implication standpoint, in the Power universe. So I think that it warrants us having this conversation. So personally with me, let me kind of roll back a little bit, right? So I know a lot of people sometimes ask me in the comments, they're like, bro, where are you from? So first off, I'm from the Bahamas, right? Born and raised in the Bahamas. I live in the Bahamas, so that's my accent. When you guys would hear it, I'm from the Caribbean, right? Born and raised here. Black, gold, and aquamarine run through my veins, as we say. That's the colors of our Bahamian flag. So shout out to 242, anyone that is actually on here watching. Now listen, I want to get into and hop right on this, guys. So first things first. I know my last 2 videos when I went on and I was like, listen, guys, I'm switching my tone and saying that Breeze is actually Ronnie. And it's interesting. The last video I put out, I think it's like 53,000 videos, like hundreds of comments. The video before that is like, I think 130 something thousand and way more comments, right? So it comes a point where I'm engaging with everybody, but there's a point where when I say certain things, like, are you talking about Breeze? People take a step back. Like they get divided in the comments, man. Like I remember there was this conversation that I saw one of the threads yesterday in the last video, and I remember this guy came on and he was like, man, this guy just gets everything he predicts wrong. And so I had to check him in the comments a little bit. So if y'all see that, I was like, bro, come on. I literally called out, some other predictions that I made early on in the season that's already happened either in full or in part. So I was like, man, come on, get it together, man. But anyways, I was down with the flu. So this actually should have happened last week, but I was down with the flu. Still have a little bit of a cough. So I'm trying to push through this. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with spreading around. People say disease X, people say COVID, people say RSV, whatever it is. I've had it for almost a month, and I'm just on the tail end of it and still pushing through. So I'll mute from time to time just to cough, but I'm good. So I want to make sure that we move on to what to expect from this entire thing. First things first, guys, there are going to be some rules to my live stream. First cough. So the rules are, for YouTube's sake, for my sake, when I bring you up and you cam up, listen, no profanity, no cursing, no swearing. Now, I'm not saying this is a family-friendly channel just based off of the content that we all, enjoy here as Power and talk about it. But, just for my sake, so YouTube doesn't come here and hit the video, no cursing when you come up, all right? Your camera's got to be on in order to be able to come on. So when I drop the link in the chat, you guys will be able to click on the link and type in your name and you'll be able to hop on. And then you got to make sure you have good lighting. Everyone wants to see you so we can have a good time. All right, so now that we're here, I want to first start off with the character map of, like I said, I kind of planned this out, so I want to walk through it a little bit more. So first things first, let's think about this for a second, right? So Ronnie is he's this figure, and we're trying to put him somewhere within the mix of what we know to be the organization that's been passed down, from, let's say, just say Breeze for right now, to Ghost and Tommy and Kanan and everyone else. So on this chart here, at the top of it, I have a question mark next to Ronnie, right? To say, well, is he Breeze, right? And so we know that from Breeze comes Ghost. So we got young Ghost, young Tommy, and also young Kanan. Now, the thing about young Ghost and young Tommy is by the time we see them on the show, that could be season 4, 5, or 6 of Raising Kanan. I don't know if these will be the same actors that play them. This was just literally from the series finale of OG Power. And by the time we get around to it, it's gonna be what it is. I see some of you guys dropping some stuff in the comments. Let's walk through it. So Tommy, interesting name, says music group. So no, he isn't. Sasha Penn already said a while ago that young Ghost and Tommy are 5 years younger than Kanan. I didn't know Sasha Penn said that. Sasha Penn is the showrunner for Raising Kanan, so that's interesting. Jumaine Hughes said, I think young Ghost would be a spotlight character that needs an intro before Breeze. See, the thing with bringing in young Ghost right now on the show is he'll end up eclipsing everything else. That's the problem. Like, everybody wants to see the return of Ghost in some way, form, or fashion, right? But if you brought him on now, I'm like, maybe like a season 5 or something like that. Brought him on now, it's gonna be, everyone's gonna want to see more and more of him. So they're gonna have to make room inside the main cast in order for that to happen too, by the way. All right, so looking through, yeah, he gets a lot of screen time. Now Breeze is Ghost and Kanan's mentor. We haven't seen Ghost as a kid yet. Why would the writers introduce young Ghost and young Tommy before Breeze? All right, so you guys are just kind of talking about that. But this is the hierarchy. Remember in, I believe it was the season finale of OG Power for the first season. I think that's where we saw Ghost ended up killing Rolla. And I included him in this chart just because it's relevant. There are patterns in these personalities between all of these characters, such as we'll see a Ronnie, or we'll see a Breeze for now. Let's say we'll say there's a Breeze who influences a Ghost, who influences Ghost to make decisions such as taking out Rolla. There's a Ghost who ends up turning on Kanan and causing him to go to prison for a long time. And we now have this web of all of these betrayals and these things that happen within the game. People who started off as partners, people who started off as friends, and eventually just give up on each other, right? And just everyone wants to get to the top, right? Right now, one of the biggest things, if you guys remember from Power Book Force, Tommy's whole thing right now with Diamond is he wants to be the head of everything. So that's always sort of the motivation in the game for everyone. So we got to keep that in mind. But this is how it all flowed. This is the organization of how it all started off. Breeze is at the top. We're not going to say Ronnie's Breeze yet. I believe he is. But for the purposes of this example, we're not going to say that, right? Ronnie/Breeze is wherever he might be at the top. Then we got Ghost. Then we got Tommy. Then we got Kanan. And then at the bottom of it, eventually, Rolla becomes a mentee to Ghost, who ends up taking him out later down the line. And I feel like in a lot of ways, Ghost got his payback, for doing that, actually, because Rolla didn't do that stuff. And I think that's why Ghost, a number of reasons why whatever happened to Ghost. But yeah. Damn, I've been muted the whole time? Nigga. Oop, I wouldn't say that on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Yeah, I mentioned before, some people, when you came on, I said I still got a call from this flu thing, so I got to mute so you guys will hear me keep barking into it. So I'll remember to keep on unmuting, guys. So I'll do that, or I might just cough it out and not mute anymore. Anyways, rewinding a little bit, all I was saying was the fact that there are people that we've seen so far in the show that are in the game. They have nicknames, and the only people we see that don't have nicknames are Rock, Lou, and Marv. And winding back on how Rock actually got into the game was through her ex-boyfriend, High Post, who would have gotten taken out because he had snitched. And so that was sort of why I'm thinking they don't have nicknames in the game, because everyone kind of already knew who she was at the time. But Snaps and Pops, they got nicknames. Unique has a nickname. Defcon obviously has a nickname. You know, Dean doesn't have a nickname. It's short for his full name, which I think is like Aberdeen something. And then Simrad, who we were introduced to earlier on in this season, where he was initially supplying Kanan with some of the product. So now I think about it, everyone's kind of wondering, is it just gonna, like, he's gonna pop up Ronnie and he's gonna get the name Breeze out of nowhere? Like, is Kanan gonna give it to him? Is somebody gonna come back from prison and give him the name, or like, what's it gonna be? And that's what I think is gonna happen, to be honest. I think there's gonna be a reason why he's gonna be assigned the name Breeze. And then from there, you know, that's what they're gonna go ahead and use with. So that's sort of my, you know, perspective on it. Just from the naming standpoint, everyone sort of has a nickname in the streets, and then, you know, that's what it is. Checking out some of the comments and whatnot. Some people, yep, you guys talking about the muting. I got that back up. Canadian plug. What up, yo? Been a minute. All right. So I don't know why I keep getting muted, man. I don't know. I didn't hit it, so I don't know why I keep getting muted. But you know what it is? I think it's whenever I switch setups. So anyways, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it. I promise. I see it. All I was saying was, Breeze is portrayed as the key antagonist in the Power universe, right? That's what we know about him so far. And basically every event that kind of flows from what we know from OG Power into all the other shows, you know, happens because he influenced it after his death and so on and so forth. He has a drug kingpin background. He was born in 1960s Queens, New York. And if I was saying that if we're counting the years, basically, I believe right now we are in 1992, 1993 of Raising Kanan, and there are some references to Breeze maybe getting taken out in 96 in OG Power. Now these are just some quotes from different parts and pieces we pulled from, you know, the original show to kind of tie it together. But there's something I want to mention about that in a minute, so that we all have some sort of reference point as to why that is the way it is. So he was a mentor to the main characters, as you guys saw the character map that I also had a minute ago. He played a crucial role as a mentor to Kanan, Tommy, and Ghost, shaping their paths in the drug trade. Death by Ghost and Tommy. Breeze was killed in his apartment by, well, it was really not so much Ghost and Tommy, but by Ghost, while he was watching Jeopardy, a pivotal event in the series. He was also an obstacle to Ghost's ambitions. Ghost viewed Breeze as a hindrance to his aspirations of expanding the drug operation beyond the Southside Queens, leading to his decision to eliminate Breeze, as we're all aware. His influence and legacy. Despite his death, Breeze's influence and legacy continues to impact the series' narrative, affecting characters' decisions and the course of events. He was also the one that gave Ghost his nickname. I know in one of my more recent videos, I know a lot of people was checking me on that. There's like, you big dummy. Like, that clip wasn't about Tommy talking about Breeze. It was about him talking about how Breeze gave Ghost his name, basically. I was like, okay, guys, I'll take the L on that one. All right, cool. I mean, I might have just misquoted a little bit, the confirmation bias, whatever it might be, you know. We good. So he was the one that basically gave Ghost his name because of his stealth and effectiveness in the game. His characterization by Kanan. Kanan described Breeze as predictable and not very smart, often making decisions that endangered their operations. That's interesting. So future Kanan said this about Breeze, and what we're seeing about Ronnie right now, he seems to be a little bit strategic in the way he's setting up things. So he managed to get snaps and pops to fund his operation, and he's managed to kind of work with Kanan, who's going to be doing distribution. And so why would future Kanan now say that, you know, he became down the line someone who's not smart and makes decisions that endanger their operations? So that almost makes me think that maybe Ronnie Breeze at some point is going to be someone that starts to become a little bit unhinged, and maybe he'll stop being so stoic and maybe start to get a little bit more emotional as he kind of gets further and further into the game and his organization, and maybe he'll start making mistakes. What do you guys think about that? So drop in the chat. Let's see what you guys think about that, because that's an interesting point, that he would start making decisions that endanger their operations. And then in the series finale, Breeze's death and the reasons behind it are significant in the original Power season finale, series finale, where the conversation, as we've seen before, with Ghost and Tariq, where Ghost basically told Tariq that, you know, I love Breeze, you know, he was like a brother to me, and so on and so forth. And so, like, he didn't want to do what he did. And that just, it makes everyone kind of divided. I think if anything that stops everyone in their tracks, it's that right there. It's like, that's why he's not Breeze. It's like, because he's not lovable. Not what we've seen with Ronnie so far. But then there's some people who just kind of say, maybe he grows into that. Maybe he gets happier because he's getting his way now, and he grows into that. So we got to be able to think about it. Tristan says, Breeze will appear either tonight or next week. Interesting. Okay. I think the plug turns Ronnie around. She seemed to take to him. Say, Jeremiah, you must be on the script. I mean, some people, we're just guessing here for a lot of us. But I mean, for the most part, you got to follow the evidence, right? That's what I want us to have conversations tonight about is the evidence. Are we tracking the evidence so that we can get to a conclusion from a perspective of trying to understand this? The season finale isn't too far away. And the idea and concept that they're going to cheapen the character of Ronnie and somehow just introduce, you hear how bad that cough is? Bruh, don't catch this, all right? Don't catch whatever I had. Cheapen the character of Ronnie by somehow, like Rock taking him out or somebody else taking him out. I've seen comments where people say, well, the real Breeze will show up and take him out. I'm just like, we got to progress this story. We can't just set up characters just to let them. I know we want revenge for Unique, some of us who like them as a character, but it's like, I don't think that's how that's going to play out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tommy says, I just can't see Ronnie, if he was Breeze, allowing two corner boys to get the drop on him. This is the same man that noticed blood on Unique's coat sleeve. And see, that's the thing about it. So I want to get into another part of this, right? that I think is very important at the end of it. So we're going to go through some comments because somebody actually made a point before that was so good that I think a lot of people were missing. So let's talk now about what we know of Ronnie himself. So Ronnie himself, he had a former partnership with Unique. Ronnie used to run the drug game alongside, I gotta be careful of some of these words on YouTube, alongside Unique before getting incarcerated. That history implies a deep-rooted connection to the criminal underworld and a significant level of influence and power within it. So before was my breakdown on the character and profile of Breeze. Now we're going over the character and profile of Ronnie and seeing the similarities. Incarceration and early release. His time in prison lasting several years and early release are pivotal in his backstory. These elements suggest a transformation or significant experiences during incarceration that may have impacted his outlook and approach to life post-prison. So maybe he was a much more enjoyable and bubbly fella before he went off to prison, and now he might be more stoic and emotionless that we see now. You know what I'm saying? So something maybe happened in prison. And again, Rudy P Magic, like he had a great video that he uploaded this week on that. Like very, very good video. You guys got to check that out. Reputation for being dangerous and unpredictable. So Future Kanan's description of Ronnie is someone even the most dangerous individuals avoid. Remember, season 3, episode 1 of Raising Kanan, the voiceover from Future Kanan is where he said something along the lines of, Ronnie is, so he said, you know that guy that is wild and something that people have to avoid? Well, Ronnie is the guy that guy avoids. So he kind of teed him up in this way that was just like, okay, if this is the wild and unpredictable fella that the wild and unpredictable fella avoids, it's like, dang. Anyways, so yeah, Future Kanan's description of Ronnie as someone even the most dangerous individuals avoid. This reputation sets him apart as a formidable and feared figure in the series. He is routine-oriented and a television watcher. Ronnie's habit of always watching television and adhering to routines presents a contrast to his otherwise unpredictable nature. This might be a strategy to maintain a low profile or a way to cope with his past experiences. So he dives and escapes into television programs and eating cereal as a way to cope with stress. And you know, some people smoke and drink for like stuff, like maybe TV and cereal is his thing for that. So maybe something happened in prison that may have resulted in that as well. His sudden appearances, his ability to appear out of nowhere, likened to a breeze, adds an element of mystery and stealth to his character. This trait makes him enigmatic and unpredictable presence in the series. I think, so, you know, that's the bigger comment a lot of people say, right? It's like, he appears like a breeze. Ronnie just kind of appears out of nowhere like a breeze. So, you know, that's one thing that people end up saying a lot, that they feel like he might be. I have a thing where I'm just like, well, he's always wearing this jacket, right? And it's a windbreaker. So I'm just like, windbreaker jacket, breeze. Okay, maybe that's a stretch. All right, y'all, maybe a stretch. Okay, I'm just putting it out there, just dropping it. His unwillingness to eliminate anyone for disrespect, lies, or perceived threats showcases his no-tolerance approach to challenges and disrespect. This ruthlessness underscores his dangerous nature. Think about, I believe it was episode 2 of this season, where the bouncer at the club, I think it was episode 2 or episode 3, the bouncer at the club. I mean, think about it. Like, Ronnie takes him out because he disrespected him about how he was dressed and so on and so forth. Think about the other people that in this season so far that, you know, he's unique. I mean, your brother, you know what I'm saying? And so he's big on respect, you know, apparently. So yeah, he's ruthless for sure. His strategic thinking, and this is where we have a little bit of a conflict, because Future Kanan says, Not that future Kanan didn't say he wasn't strategic, but eventually he started to have issues regarding him not thinking well enough to be able to do things, and it causes the operation to get sabotaged, you know? So Ronnie's decision to work with Kanan, due to Kanan's access to couriers and his connections as Rock and Defcon's son. So I wonder if, well, I think he probably does. I mean, everyone probably knows that Kanan's Defcon's son at this stage. So maybe it's not the primary reason, but maybe it's a additional reason why he decides to work, you know, with Kanan. Also, the convenience of him having ready to go distribution in terms of the couriers, I think also, you know, helps as well. So that illustrates a strategic mindset. Ronnie is not just brutal, he's calculative and uses relationships and resources to his advantage, such as him reaching out to Snaps and Pops Henry to be able to get them to fund his operation. So he knows how to move and connect with certain people, or the right people, I should say. And last but not least, his emotionless and fearless traits indicate a character who is detached from typical emotional responses and is unafraid of consequences. This fearlessness and lack of emotion likely contribute to his reputation as an extremely dangerous individual. Alejandro Gonzalez says, Ronnie is Breeze. He caused all this trouble just to die. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, they could, come on, man. We're gonna do all that just for him to die? I mean, Black Honeybees. Ronnie's Breeze. He doesn't take the name until it's verified that Unique is dead, and then he will change his name to distance himself by name only. Or maybe it's something that Kanan just gives to him, and I don't know. And that's how it happens. So what I'm gonna do is, because it's now 8:30, I don't want to keep us on here too long. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the call-in link in the chat. Now, I'm gonna read off some subscriber comments from you guys, and basically showing some of the theories that a lot of you have shared so far, and we can talk about them. Now, again, remember the rules about, a lot of you weren't here when I said this. When you hop up on the live stream, no cursing. YouTube will hit this video and they will shut this down. No cursing. Make sure that the camera's on. You can't come up without a camera, and make sure you're properly well lit, and to share your thoughts. Breeze or nah, you agree, you disagree, just tell me why, man. You know, listen, my goal isn't to argue. I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm just here to listen. We're here to all talk about it as fans and just see, you know, what's true, what's not, how we feeling about it, and why. That's it. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat here, and I'm going to say join the live stream. All right. So I dropped it in there. Hopefully that goes ahead and pins it. I think that should pin it. If not, I can do it from my iPad. All right. So when you guys start to come in, I'll pull you up. So let's go through some of these theories. So Chris Farquharson says, Ronnie is Breeze. Let me point it out. Remember Kanan said to Tariq, Breeze, same routine. We know where he would be watching Jeopardy at 7. Now go back to Unique and his girls convo. When she said Ronnie was watching TV in the dark and the TV wasn't on, pay attention to what Unique said. My brother loves to watch his story at night. He always does. He always does. That's how Ghost got him. Yeah, so Ghost apparently took out Breeze when he was watching TV, you know, when he was watching Jeopardy. And I just don't think all the inclusion of all the him watching TV. Think about the scene, I think from 2 episodes ago, where he walked in to Juliana's house, and the first thing he did was look at the TV. It's like, you had to talk about business while you looking at the TV, so she turns it off. So it's like he has a thing with that. So I don't think people just, you know, show that for no reason, man. The Black Visionary says, we also have to keep in mind that during the original Power, there were no talks of spin-offs. This was the comment. There were no talks of spin-offs during the original Power until midway filming season 6. Very important point to make. Power, the original Power, was actually only meant to run 5 seasons. When they got picked up by Starz for a 6th season, they had to create story for it. They had planned from originally what was happening in season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So when they got that final season of season 6, and this is where we learned a lot more about some stuff with Breeze, such as the conversation between Tariq and Ghost in the finale and whatnot. And so I love this comment because he says, so some parts of Kanan's past won't align with the original show. The writers, of course, studied the original as close as they could, but it's Sasha Penn, who was the show writer, the showrunner of Raising Kanan. His vision is different. So he might have different ideas compared to Courtney A. Kemp, and that is the key. Now, keeping in mind this at this stage, Courtney A. Kemp is still credited as an executive producer. 50 Cent is still credited as an executive producer. But as far as we know, 50 left Starz a while ago. Courtney has an exclusive first look deal at Netflix to develop shows over there. So we know she still comes to set sometimes on the Power shows, but from what we know, she's not involved in the day-to-day. So from a vision perspective, Sasha Penn, it's his vision for Raising Kanan, as it's been, I think, since season 1, to carry that out. So a lot of things that were written in OG Power, they might not honor, in terms of what Breeze might be and how old he would be, or how old future young Ghost would be, or young Tommy would be. Like, these are things that might just get skipped over and changed. And you will notice I use this language a lot in my last 2 videos. I use the word retcon a lot, right? Where they disconnect what we know from what's been previously established in continuity, and it's just they had to change it because what those writers wrote in the original show, we can't make that fit now, and we'll have to change it. It can't be big things, but small things. And so I think when a lot of us are like quoting and looking for exactly line upon line, precept upon precept, what was said in OG Power about Breeze, and it's like, see, he's not doing that, so Ronnie can't be him. It's like, it's a different team here. I mean, they have to try to make it work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's something to consider as well. I thought this was a very, very powerful comment. I don't know if you guys see the link. It's getting kind of lost in here. I'm trying to make sure I can pin it somehow in the comments, but I'll drop it again. Want to try to shoot out of here by 9 o'clock. I'll drop it one more time. That's the link you guys can use to cam up. I think when Ghost said he loved Breeze, this is from Fred Mills, I think he never knew that Breeze and Kanan took out his dad. I think he truly thought he was looking out for him. Is that true? We also forgot that Ronnie, I don't think that was true, was protective of Unique. He loved Unique. He just hated what he became after not wanting to do what it took to get that real work. I think Ronnie loves the hustlers like him. When he told Kanan, "You belong," it felt genuine. I think the "you belong" comment too was about the DEFCON thing too, because it's like, it's in your blood, Kanan. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a lot of reasons why they probably did that, why he said that too. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. Amaru says, I could be slaughtering that name right now. We're going to see that Ronnie has a whole different side for those he mentors and leads. He's going to be good, big, brotherly to Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy, the way he used to be with Unique prior to getting put away. I think so too. The name Breeze is going to be what Kanan and them call Ronnie themselves, not his street name. I agree. So we got some people starting to call up and come up on the live. So what you got to do before I pull you up, what you got to do is you got to be on camera. All right, you got to be on camera and you got good lighting. All right, so we got our first one for the night. Again, let me put these rules right up here, and I'm going to add them to the left. And let's see. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you. What's going on?
What's good, man? What's good? What's good?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. So give me your name, give me your age, where you're from, and tell me, Breeze or nah?
My name is Lazee. Equals 215. And I'm from Philly. I stay in Atlanta right now. And what I think is, I think that is now the reason why I say Ronnie is Breeze is because it wouldn't make any sense to bring in an extra character right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying that Rock is going nowhere, even though I think she's probably going to die at episode 10. Unless you move Marvin and Lulu both out the way, bringing in an extra character right now, it's not going to make any sense.
You think Rock is going to die in episode 10?
It's strange feeling. Strange feeling.
They started off this season with her really. It was really heavy focused on her, right? Her and her relationship with Unique, and now she's been kind of trying to figure out what she's gonna do moving forward. And it's like, okay, yeah, I want to be a landlord. Now I want to come back in the game, and so she feels a little bit further from Kanan now. And I think what we're gonna watch in tonight's episode, I mean, it's gonna be morning for me because I'm going to bed, right? But we're probably gonna see like what's going to happen in terms of how she finally maybe engages with, with Ronnie and reconnects with Kanan's world. Because in the last episode, I know Jukebox was telling her that, hey man, Kanan's involved with some bad cats and whatnot. So we got. So I have my handy dandy clipboard here, right? So I'm just taking notes, everybody that's kind of coming up. So we got Lazee, he's up here. He says Ronnie for the win is Breeze. So I'm going to put a +1 next to your name. What else do you think is going to happen, man?
Well, like I said, I think Marvin's going up the road. He's going to jail. I think Lulu, that's mysterious to me. I had Ronnie killing him, but I heard supposedly he's supposed to be disappearing randomly. He's going to be on the Amber Alert, which is hilarious to me. A grown man on the Amber Alert. I feel like, I'm asking you a question. I feel like Ronnie dying this early that's a waste of a character, bro. Ronnie's
cheap, bro. It's cheap. That don't make no sense to me. Makes no sense. So I know we're so used, and you know what it is too. We're used to the cheap writing on Ghost.
Right.
That's what we're is.
Right.
Now, y'all don't hit me. Don't hit me in the comments. The quality of writing on Book 2 Ghost, the show carries its weight, right? But come on. Compared to like Raising Kanan, like we're used to Ghost introducing characters like Jabari and Carrie and just killing them off. I'm just like, what? Main characters just killing them off from effect. You can't even feel the weight of those deaths because you barely established it. When Jabari died, I was like, okay. Like,
let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
Would you be okay, more enthused and more like, I would be mad. I don't know if I can say the word pissed or not, but I would be mad if Kanan kills Ronnie or Rock kills Ronnie and they go home, get in their separate rooms and go to sleep in a big happy family again. That's corny to me.
I would question if they did something like that. I would question if I would watch season 4 because I'd be like, I know that ain't happening. I'd be like, I know that ain't happening. If they did something like that,
we need a twist, bro.
For me, when they took out Unique, like I said, my jaw was on the floor. I was just like, in no way, form, or fashion did I imagine that happening. So, bruh, I was like, if they can do that at this stage in the game, what else they got planned? And you don't create a character with all this potential just to kill him. No, we're too used to this bad treatment on these other shows. Now, Force held its own this season. Force held its own. You know what I'm saying? They had to.
Right. Content creators, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. But, man, yeah. Ghost, season 4 of Ghost, they got to come a little harder with that writing. Shout out to them. They're good. The cast, the crew, everybody. It's just.
But I'm gonna tell you this too. So this tonight, or for you in the morning because you gotta go to sleep, whatever. But tonight is gonna be interesting because this should be a fire episode. This is Power. Yeah. Besides Force, Power Book 2, OG Power, Raising Kanan, episode 8 is always lit.
Episode 8 is always where it's at. Like, that's consistent. Episode 8. Yeah.
Last season, I think last year, isn't that when Marvin's girlfriend got killed? Or Marvin's therapist got killed, episode 8, right? I think it was episode 8.
I think it was, and then episode 9 was the funeral. The beginning scene was the funeral, I think. Yeah.
They gotta hit us with something, man. They gotta hit us with something. There's no excuses anymore, man.
Like I say, what do you think is gonna happen with Lou? And I know you kind of just said the theory this now, but you think he's gonna or what?
Kill himself?
Man,
I think
YouTube come hit this video.
No, my bad. No, I feel like this is the worst character development I've seen in Power. The way they did his character, I get it. Substance abuse is very real. Everybody got the things they're addicted to, whether it's drugs or whether it's movies, whether it's video games or whatever, right? Or working out, whatever. But he shouldn't go out like that. It should have been, they are a big, heavy family. It should be all three of both of the brothers and Rock going after Ronnie. If it's going to be the uncles and Rock going after Ronnie and Kanan together, but at the same time, why do we need to see Lulu go through all this? I really don't care about his emotions. First of all, you actually picked up the gun and ended somebody when Rock told you to do it. You did it. I agree with Rock on this. He did it. She didn't make him do it. He did it. Now you're depressed. I don't care about him being depressed. Am I cold-hearted for that?
No. I mean,
I don't care. I came here to see violence and villain. I came here to be entertained, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Listen, I don't think you're cold-hearted for it. It's just I've been feeling him. I think, like I said in my last video, they're trying to make us feel that bro was forced into this life when Rock had to take over the game from High Post getting taken out, and she wrapped us up with that. Like I'm tired of this now. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted this life, and so I guess they're trying to walk us through that. And like I said, when I was doing the breakdown video last time, there was something different about us, like that scene at the end of it where we had Scrap looking at him from I was like, that was so chilling. I was like, what is going to happen? Because y'all ain't just had this man do that for nothing. Go on, man.
Let me ask you another question. How you feel about butter?
Listen, she'll be a good match for Kanan for one episode, is what I think. Let me keep my commentary squeaky clean.
You gotta keep it clean.
I'll keep it squeaky clean.
Hey man, I just don't know where. I think some things shouldn't have been done. Season 2 was phenomenal. Season 1 was okay. I just don't see this going nowhere but Rock winning again.
Yeah,
honestly. Juliana, you actually said it because I'm subbed up to you, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I support you and everything like that. You're a good YouTuber.
Appreciate it.
But Juliana, that if tonight she might die or to next week, whatever. I think she's gonna die tonight. But I don't care. I want to be shocked and awe. Last season, like I said again, Marvin's therapist got killed. Let's see what happens this season. Yeah. I don't think this is going to have we're going to be bombed, bro. This is giving me BMF season 2 vibes. We're going to be bombed.
You mean
we're going to be bombed?
The end where, what did they do? They had a drive-by on your boy and this girl inside the
car.
Oh
my God, bro.
Oh man. I'm going to do breakdowns on that too, man. BMF is good when they get it right.
Oh, for sure.
They're good. But Lazee, I appreciate you coming up, man, and engaging with me and sharing your theory. So we got a +1 for Breeze. So he says that Ronnie is Breeze. Yeah, man. Shout it out. Lazee, thanks again, man. I'm going to shoot you down, man.
All right, say less. Peace.
So yeah, guys, I mean, here you got it, you know, from Lazee's mouth, man, from the horse's mouth, you know. I'm going to drop the link again so you guys can be able to hop in to the live stream and come on up. Again, you know, no swearing, no cursing. Make sure you got your camera on and make sure that you have some good lighting as well. All right, let's get some more of these comments that was happening on their theories. This was a big one, my last one. I think this was the top comment on my last video. They said Ronnie doesn't even like to change his clothes. I find it hard to believe he'll change his name. If you agree with that statement, put a +1 inside the comments. Let me see it. Hit a +1. Ronnie doesn't even like to change his clothes. I find it hard that he will change his name. Put a +1 if you agree, because he's basically saying that he doesn't believe Ronnie is Breeze. If you disagree with him, put a 0. You know, let me see what you guys say. Put a +1 if you agree with him, and put a 0 in the comments. I mean, again, a name is a name. It's like everyone is just waiting for someone to just pop out and just be like, oh my gosh, Breeze. And maybe it's a name that he had back in prison as well. That's another thing to think about as well. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows, man? Next comment was, this is Aries Lounge. I don't think Ronnie is Breeze. When Ghost describes Breeze and how he killed him to Tariq, he said that Breeze was everything to him, a brother. Yeah, we talked about this too. Breeze also is the one who gave James the nickname Ghost. Yes. But Ronnie doesn't seem like the guy who will give someone nicknames, let alone be buddy-buddy with someone. He keeps to himself and only to himself. Can't see someone like Ghost, who always keeps his head in the books, interact with Ronnie on that kind of level. So, you know, this is another one, I guess, who says that they don't think it's going to be, you know, the whole situation with Ronnie actually turning out to be Breeze. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I know I know power. Bro, I know power. And I know some of you, you're like, bro, you got some things wrong tonight. I got like 10% of things wrong, right? Everything else, I've been watching the show from 2014 when it started. I've rewatched Power over and over and over and over and over again. And so there's just too much confirmation at this stage for it not to be him. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. That's how I see it. So yeah, you know, I think disagree. I mean, yeah, man, do what it is. So that's one for Nah. I can't picture Ronnie suddenly telling Kanan, call me Breeze now, nigga. I don't like. Again, it's a name that'll probably get assigned, you know, to him or something like that, or maybe what if he was called Breeze in prison? Like I said, you know, that's a whole other thing as well. I think the real Breeze will take Ronnie out unless Rock takes him out first. See, again, you know, people say that, and it just would cheapen it. Just like Lazee said, it cheapens it, man. If they did that, I don't. Come on, man. You're gonna say we spent this whole season building up this character for him just to now some other guy that I'm Breeze now. I'm gonna take you out, Kanan. I'm gonna take you under my wing. You're DEFCON son. I like you. Yeah. For what? What was the whole last 10 episodes about? You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. What are you guys talking about in the comments? How's your blah, 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 blah? What are you guys talking about? Bro, some weirdos be popping up in here. Like, are you guys like fighting with each other? What's going on? Anyway, next comment. Breeze will be introduced in episode 10. That's my prediction. Noting that Ronnie is too one-dimensional and will be knocked off next season. So this is another one against. This is one that says, nah, they don't think that Ronnie is Breeze. They think he's too flat as a character and doesn't have enough weight to go. So, all right, you know, I mean, that is what it is. So we got some people starting to line up. Remember, your camera has got to be on in order to come up and chat. So that's how I'll be able to bring you guys on. So I'll drop the link there again. Your camera has to be on. I see some of you guys, and one or two of you in the agreement, camera's got to be on. Some of you are kind of poorly lit. Want to make sure everyone can see you good. So yeah. Next comment says, until I hear someone call him Breeze, I am not believing it. Yeah, I guess we're waiting on that name drop. A lot of people are. A lot of people need that spelled out for them. So, okay. This one says Socrates J. Gillies. Nah, Breeze will be under Ronnie and over Kanan, or if Ronnie dies, Kanan is still gonna need to get his work from somewhere. So he's gonna find someone like Ronnie to work for. So he's saying that Breeze will be under Ronnie. So, but see, now you're creating by saying that. Now let's go back to this chart again, right? So by saying that, we're almost now creating a new person in this chart, right? In this organization chart that we've known to be the history of, of these guys. And so if we're gonna say Breeze is gonna be a new character that comes under Ronnie, and maybe Breeze takes out Ronnie, and then Ghost eventually takes out Breeze, and then Ghost takes out Kanan to prison, and that's a lot, man. That's a lot of, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Well, camera can't be off because we want people to see you. And then plus, I got to make sure you're not a troll. People come inside here and just, say stuff and hop off, man. We got to see who you are. That's why. If you can, come on the camera, man. We just have to catch the next one. That's all. So going back to the comments, that was that one there. I don't see that one happening. I don't see... Again, I'm not on the show, so I'm not a psychic, but I don't see a Breeze coming in and then working for Ronnie and Kanan and then knocking off Ronnie and then Kanan working. I just don't see that. I don't see that. Another one says, here we got another one. Plus, Ronnie is Breeze. He blows in and out like the Breeze. Yeah. He's gonna have the kids refer to him as Breeze because of the feds. He won't want the dope to trace back to him. Like I mentioned before, if we look at all these other characters, all right, all these other characters here, they have nicknames. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part of them, they have nicknames, right? For the most part of them. So we got someone coming up. Like you said, you gotta have that camera on. Let me see if you load it up. Before I bring you on. So you want to center the camera, make sure we can see you, Noah, and then make sure you got some good lighting. All right. So I'll bring you up to the right. Noah, welcome on, man. Can you hear me?
What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm good.
You might have a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure. Yeah, you got a little bit of a delay, bro.
Am I good now?
You got a little bit of a delay.
Am I good now?
I might have to drop you off for a second. And I'll drop you off for a second so that I want you to come back. Just maybe get some stable Wi-Fi. Come back so that everyone can be able to track you, man. Don't want to be pausing too much. So hop back on. But like I was saying before, the nickname thing is, that's everyone's harping on that. But anyways, next one. Come on, it's Breeze. C Shorty 9387. Come on, it's Breeze. Can't see someone else coming out of the work and becoming him. And I don't think it's Diva's brother. Listen, that's a big one. Like a lot of people were saying, it's Diva's brother. They're like, let's look at it. That one comment, and I covered this before in the video before as well. And I bring things up in certain breakdown videos too, not necessarily because I'm convinced of it, but because the fans talk about it, and I want to just present it as a piece of evidence for us to consider in the wider scope of things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really sort of do that. So the D-Wiz thing, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. All right, so Noah, you're back. Let's see if we got... All right.
Am I good?
I think you're better now. I think you are. Welcome on, man. How you doing?
Yeah, what's up? Nah, I'm good.
So Noah, how old are you? Where you from? And Breeze or nah?
I'm 19. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I don't believe he's Breeze. Yeah.
You don't believe he's Breeze?
No.
Why don't you brushing off, man? That ain't your girl?
No, it's my little sister.
Okay. So you said no, you don't believe he is Breeze. All right, bro, take the floor.
Yeah, so you gotta kind of consistent with what previous characters have said about Breeze. Like Goat said he loves him as a brother. Ronnie doesn't kind of seem like a guy anybody can love, even with his own family. Like you telling me you could love somebody like Ronnie, who doesn't even like to change his clothes or do anything. He don't like females, nothing. Like it's kind of suspicious to me. I don't know about that. And he has been shown to be smart at certain points, and it was said that Breeze isn't exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer concerning that. And yeah, it certain he doesn't fit with certain characteristics of Breeze, you know. And why would they start calling him that when everybody knows he's Ronnie? That don't really make no sense. Like, why change your name when everybody knows who you are in the streets?
So it would be more convincing if he just appeared on the show and he was like, Unique was like, yeah, my brother Ronnie's out of prison now. And yeah, they also called him Breeze. And everybody, oh man, you know. Or if they didn't call him Breeze off rip, if they'd been like, yeah, my brother Ronnie, he just fresh out of prison, but we have a nickname, the streets call him, but we don't call him that no more, something like that. Then maybe
Yeah,
that would have been something where people would have been like, yeah, so
yeah,
he might be Breeze. They just ain't want to say the name, you know.
that would have been more convincing. Yeah, but Ronnie just he doesn't give me the Breeze vibes. Like under like what circumstances would bring us to be calling him Breeze or like unless he has to fake his death and rename himself something else to lower suspicions it's not him. That's the only way I can believe he's Breeze, but nah, he doesn't fit with that character.
I could see. So obviously, I'm on the side of I think him being Breeze, right? I could totally see us getting to episode 10 or something like that, and it being a cheesy reveal or something. Like I think Kanan gives him the name. That's just what I think. Either Kanan gives him the name, or somebody, you know, he was in prison. Maybe that was the name he had in prison or something like. I don't know, right? Maybe people probably listening to me right now is like, see, man, you don't even know how it's gonna happen. Listen, we just talking, right? But it seems like just like previously, like I said, the vision that they had for this show when Sasha was brought on as showrunner for the inception of it is gonna be a little bit different in terms of what's gonna happen, what Courtney A. Kemp and previous regimes have established. When Sasha Penn, I highlighted this in my last video, when he posted
Right.
on his Instagram earlier last year, ahead of the obviously months ahead of the premiere of the season, that Breeze was coming in this season. Now,
True.
we've seen all this play out, and we gonna still say, now listen, I respect you,
Right.
brother. I respect you. You know,
But
I'm just
but
saying.
think about it like this. Think about it like this, right? Lulu has confessed to Scrappy's mom about how Scrap died.
Yeah.
He confessed to her about that. He killed D Wiz first. So why would he not go back to that? I noticed they have mentioned his brother before. You know, D Wiz brother he got from upstate, and he's a wild boy and all that. I kind of feel as if he might make his appearance and deal with Lulu himself. Lulu did kill his little brother. I don't know how he might find out that it was Lulu that killed D Wiz, but it could be him taking revenge against Lulu for killing his little brother. And
That's
Kanan
possible.
knows that.
That's possible, man. I mean, it could happen. We've seen worse happen in Power before. Talking with you,
Yeah.
Book 2 Ghost. But it's just one of those things where I don't know, man. The D Wiz theory, man. The D Wiz brother theory. It ain't strong to me.
Yeah.
It feels
it's
like a
stretch.
cold case at this stage. It's like you got to think about it like this, right? There are times where people in the streets would have gotten taken out, and those cases just go cold. I mean, you never find out what happened to them. I mean, a small group of people who may have done it, they know, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? They don't know. Listen, there are 200 of you guys on this live stream. Show us some love and hit that like button. There are 200 of you on here, man. Hit that like button. All right, we got another person coming up, Sequan. Sequan, you got to make sure that you have your camera on. Hit the dial again, and we can bring you up and do 3. But Noah, so you say, nah, He ain't the guy, man. So how do
until
you
until it,
go on?
until they call him Breeze or something like that, I'm not believing it.
So how do you think he gets introduced into the show? Like, you think it happens season finale, next season? How would you see him playing into the story?
Possibly at the end of the season. Like, I think either one or other the two things could happen is Ronnie faking his death and calling himself Breeze to make sure nobody knows it's him. That could be a likely thing. Or D with brother being introduced. One out of the two of those.
Okay, okay. Back to Diva's brother, I see. But I mean, bro, I listen. I respect it. I respect it. I think we'll see how it's gonna play out. And I don't know, man. These writers, I feel like they're so seasoned. They're smart. They just know how to create a series Bible and just make stories connect way differently than we've seen on the other shows. And I don't know. I'm a television and movie connoisseur, right? I'm just seeing way too many plot points and threads come together, and they want us to walk with them there without them saying it. And then when it's revealed, we'll just be like, see. And again, I mentioned this before in a comment, but I'm going to say it here for everyone as well. If I am wrong, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a video with the title, I was wrong. Right? And I'll listen, I'll even do a live stream. I'll do a live stream. I'll let everybody come and rip me a new one and say, you dummy. See? This is why you need to I'll let y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? If I was wrong. So we got Sequan coming up. Sequan, let's see if I can be able to add you on here as well. Sequan, can you hear us? Yeah, you're muted, bro. You're muted. Let me see if I can unmute you a little bit. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself. We'll have the two of you on here at the same time. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, bro.
You hear me?
I can hear you now, bro. What's going
All right,
on?
it's good.
We're good, man. We're good. How old are you? Where are you calling from, man?
I'm calling from North Carolina, and I'm 20 years old.
20. All right, man. Breeze or nah? Ronnie's breeze or nah? What's your theory?
Nah, I don't think so.
You too? Bro, it's a lot of y'all tonight, man. So I'm
No,
down.
I don't think so. I think it's a swerve.
Let me get my scoreboard. All right, go on. Sorry, go on.
I think it's a swerve. They just throwing it at us to say he Breeze, but nah, they're trying to get people to think he is Breeze, but nah, I don't think he really is Breeze. I think it's somebody else. It could be D Wiz's brother, like everybody else said. I think it's D Wiz's brother, personally.
So Noah's thinking D was his brother. You're thinking it could be D was his brother. Okay, all right. So give me a breakdown.
I think he could be looking for revenge because his brother died, so he could be looking for revenge eventually. Because and Louis on his little confession tour, and you see him with the gun to his head. So I think that could be Breeze, and it ain't Ronnie though.
Why are you not convinced? I would say, why are you not convinced that Ronnie?
I think with the writing, it's just unpredictable. The writing, Raising Kanan, has been unpredictable. So I think it's just a swerve to say, to make him seem like he is Breeze, but he's not. He might, because the actor at the same time, he about to go on another show after Raising Kanan, so I don't know.
I did mention that before too. Grantham Colon, he's he's on another show. He's a main cast member on another show. He's putting in work. Like, I saw a movie on Netflix with him that just came out. He's putting in work. So I'm just like, y'all sure y'all gonna be able to hold this brother? Like, I don't know.
Exactly. That part. Like, he is a phenomenal actor. Like, him playing he like the hood Michael Myers, The hood Michael Myers.
That's a good description of him. He is.
Yeah, the hood Michael Myers, and he playing it so well. Like, you see him in public, you be like, oh shit.
Oh man, you won't cause YouTube hit this video. So we got Tommy in here saying this wouldn't be the first time the writers did something stupid. First was by making Mecca a snitch, hyping up Proctor's cousin into being a powerful boss. only to die from a
That
knife by Tommy. See, this is what I'm saying too, right? Do y'all think we got the same writers from them times? You know who
Nah, we don't.
you know
But hey, ain't no telling what they cooking up. Let him cook. That's all you can say. Let him cook.
let them
And
cook.
if he's breathing, hey, that's fine. That's fine. I'll roll with it. But I ain't trying to be like in the end. I ain't trying to say he breathes now and then in the end be proven wrong. Be like, damn.
I think that's why a lot of people are like on the fence too. I know Noah's trying to say something. Noah, hopping.
No, what I was saying was that you notice the power writers do have a habit of kind of wasting characters and their potential. Like I do think they kind of messed up with Mecha, and that they could have done a
Oh
whole
yeah,
lot more with him.
They messed that up
Like,
bad.
definitely.
They
yeah,
messed it
They
up
they
they do
bad.
have
bot,
a tendency.
they botched
They
that
mess with their.
hard.
Yeah, with Mecha, like
Yeah,
he had so much potential. Him name dropping like Ghosts and Lobos and stuff like that. I was
I'm
like,
sure I
man,
was one of those too. I was everybody else. Like I was like, damn, he gonna be a problem for real.
and then just
He
take him
gonna
out.
be a
This
problem.
is
Yeah,
that,
just
but
take him out.
that's that show for us, man. They don't know what they
Yeah.
want to do. I don't know what the goal
And
is for that.
I'm just scared they're gonna do that with Ronnie too. That's why I don't want to jump to the conclusion and say he breathes.
That's fair. That's fair. So we got
But then again, these writers are good though. These writers are good in Raising Kanan compared to these other shows. They're they're phenomenal. They're doing their thing, but I say it could be a swerve.
could be. I don't know. I'll stick on my post and saying that he is. You know, I'll listen. I'll have a live stream again, and if I am wrong, I'll come on and I'll just say, guys, I was wrong. Let me have it. You know, let me
Yeah,
have it.
hey.
yeah,
Even if I'm wrong, I'll be like, hey, you got it, man. You said it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
called it.
I'll have listen. If I'm right, I'll have the stream and I'll call all y'all. I say y'all can come up here and apologize too.
Right.
So yeah, man. But
I'm gonna
listen,
be looking for your stream as soon as they reveal
no,
it.
trust me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I will do it. So we got Lazee said he's for Ronnie actually being Breeze. We got Noah saying that nah, and we got Sequan saying nah. So all right, I'm down. We're down 2. At this stage, we're losing by 2, and so we'll see who else comes up, and I can be able to bring that up. But I appreciate you
Well,
guys joining the live, man.
yeah, no problem, no problem. But I just got one question though
Go on.
about tonight episode. So did you already do a prediction video?
No, man. I do the videos after I watch it. After I sat back, had my coffee, had my breakfast, watched it again, sniffed it, all that stuff before I do a breakdown. And I gotta come correct with y'all, man.
So what you think going to happen with Lou?
Like I said in the last one, I think a
he's
strong
dead.
possibility is that's what
Yeah,
I
he
think.
not
Off
he not gonna
himself?
make
Me
it.
too. Me too. Me too. I think he's going off himself. I hate to say that because Lou is one of my favorites, but I hate to say he's going to end up offing himself.
Yeah, like I said, that parallel between him and his dad, Elijah Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they introduced that for nothing, man. So that's sort of my thinking.
Yeah, they've been hitting at it so much too. They've been hitting at that too much. So I'm thinking, yeah, it might be wrapped for Lou, and I think Marvin's going to end up in prison.
Yeah, man, that would be bad, man. I mean, everyone's
I
loving
hate to
Marv this
see it.
season, man. We all loving him,
Yeah,
man.
especially Marvin. Marvin, my
They
favorite
kinda
too. I
built
hate
him
to
up.
see it.
So, man, I'm gonna drop the link inside the chat again, guys. Thanks again for coming up. I'm gonna knock you off. You guys can come back on the live stream and hop in the chat. Appreciate it, brothers.
No problem. No
All
problem.
right, thank you.
Yep. So that's we're down 2 now. So we got Lazee said Ronnie is Breeze. I said Ronnie is Breeze. Noah says he's not. And Sequan says he's not. So we tied. We need somebody to break the tie on this live stream at this stage in the game. Let's check out some more comments for some people who were talking about it as well on some of my videos. So let's go to this one here. Rob say, but Ronnie is already known on the street as Unique's brother. What would cause him to start calling himself Breeze? In OG Power, Kanan said he loved Breeze like a brother. No, Ghost said that. Ghost said he loved Breeze. Look at brother. Ronnie's not a likable, lovable character. We've heard this one. We've heard this one before about that reference. So this guy, when he says, come on, Breeze, can't see someone come out the woodwork. Oh, I put this here for a reason. I told him I wanted to see him. Because a lot of these guys will comment. And I said, I want to see you guys come up, man. And then this one said, but Ronnie's already knows you. Yes. So I already brought that up before. Man, Ronnie is Breeze, dog. Ish is common sense. And I just tell him, I said, but sometimes common sense just ain't common. Last one. If Ronnie isn't Breeze, best believe he's in the picture they took at the club. Man, you think you think Breeze was just secretly inside that photo? Now we got to go pull up the photo and we got to evaluate, who was in it, and then do a whole backstory and breakdown analysis on that photo and whatnot. I think they're going to do it like that, man. I don't know. But again, I have been proven wrong many times before. So who knows? But listen, there are 178 of you guys, now 180 of you guys in this live stream. Drop some love for your boy. Hit the like button if you haven't hit it as yet. And if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Let me know. They show me likes and dislikes on this too. So just hit them, man. Let me see. I want one more person to hop in though. So I'll say join the live stream and conversation using this link. Just one more person. I want to wrap it up. I don't want to keep this to be too long. I know people got stuff to do. I know the episode's being dropped in about like 3-4 hours. And I'll be sleeping, but y'all watch it and whatnot. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But that's just sort of my thinking on it. Next one here is, this will sound crazy, but I think Breeze is unique. I don't think he's dead, strangely enough. I believe that eventually he will come back and liberate Kanan from Ronnie. So he's gonna resurrect zombie unique. Kanan, I come to save you. Hey. And liberate Kanan from Ronnie. I believe that he will be a better friend to Kanan. But he never was a friend to Kanan in the first place. Ghost and Tommy. But he will be even more ruthless than before, given everything he's gone through, which will eventually lead to his demise. But if you remember what I said before, dude who played Joey, who plays Unique, he left. He's on tour, with whoever, he's on tour with. So people in the comments are saying, man, ain't nobody going that tour. Y'all can't say that, man. Y'all can't say that about the brother. But yeah, he's not coming by. Black Honey Bees says, hey, I don't know how to, but hello. Well, if you wanna hop up and come on the live, we'll get one more person to come on. Just click on the link. Once you click on the link, they'll tell you to enter your name, turn the camera on, and we'll bring you up. So that's how you can go ahead and do that. But unique. Y'all, unique. Why? So look at this comment here, right? So this one, I'm gonna add this to the broadcast. Why exactly? Why would Unique be Breeze? Kanan said he wasn't smart and Unique was smart as F. Would y'all say that Unique was smart? What make y'all think? He set up certain things. Like he was at least strategic enough to set up, a whole distribution going on with Quan and the Italians. But y'all think Unique was smart? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see that happening. I don't see Unique being Breeze because of the direction they took his story to rock. That's my thing too. So it's like, how, you got to consider all of these things, right? How would that work out? Trey Cyron says, Ronnie is Breeze. They just don't want the story to be obvious. Exactly. They don't want it to be obvious. And that's one of the things we have to remember. One smart mom says, we have to remember Kanan was locked up for 10 years. Did they meet Breeze as teens or adults? We don't know. We do know. They met him as kids. They all kind of grew up together, so they met him as kids. That's part of the thing that was mentioned a lot in the original Power. So we do know there's some debate regarding the timeline, and I remember I mentioned this a few minutes ago. I can't remember which year we're at right now on the show. Someone has to say it. Is it 92 or is it 93? I remember in the very beginning of season 1. They told us when we were, but I don't know where we're at right now. That's the problem. And historically, some people have cited some sources saying that Breeze gets taken out in 96. So that would almost mean if we're in 93, 94, we're not far from there, right? But again, that is based and predicated upon them setting it up identically to how they would have described it in the original Power, which is something we're talking about now, saying maybe they might deviate from a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. 92, Marvin Horsley says 1992. So we're in 92. So if we're still in 92, really? We're still in 92? Really? That's interesting. Okay. Rewatch the original Power post-credit scene in OG Power. Tommy told Ghost Kanan was going to introduce them to Breeze. Okay. All right. Might pull that back. Listen, I thoroughly enjoyed this, guys. I'm thinking I'll probably pull up one more comment. I think I like this one. If you go to the Power universe, you see that Ronnie is Breeze. Every detail fits together. All the events are connected, completely the same. Kanan and Ronnie are business partners. Kanan will bring in James and Tommy. James is thirsty and smart and ruthless and will get the name Ghost from Ronnie. This is what we know. You won't hear the name Breeze essentially, but eventually you will, between only Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy, will hear them use that name. Remember, Angela had known James for years, but never by Ghost. So Ghost might be their internal name, but keep in mind, the reason Angela didn't know that was because by the time she was kind of leaving to go to Choate and then off to university and all that kind of stuff, like, you know, Ghost was, or Jamie was still a kid at that time, probably just kind of phasing into that period of life. So that's also something to think about as well. So I think that's probably why she didn't know him to be Ghost. Also, you look at how Ronnie had a connection with Latinos with the drug trade and eventually had a relationship with the Latino connection. His character will morph a little because of their relationship or romance. See, that presupposes he'll actually do something with Juliana. It's a direct connection to a young Ghost, James and Angela, and then later Ghost dealing with Lobos, the cartel boss. Now I can be completely wrong, gotta put a disclaimer, but I believe that I'm close. Well, that certainly is the theory. I mean, that's possible in some kind of way, some holes in there, but I can see where you're kind of heading with that. Anyways, guys, I think this was a very productive live stream. I said I wanted to actually cut at 9. I didn't want to run over. So I think this is a good time to maybe sort of wrap things up. So I appreciate you guys coming out and disagreeing and agreeing and all the conversations that we were having regarding this topic, Breeze or nah. Tomorrow is going to be a new episode, and I'll be dropping a new breakdown video as well. So you guys make sure to check that out when I do. And it's episode 8, I believe. And, you know, episode 8 is usually a very pivotal episode in Power. So we'll see what happens there. But, I mean, I'm sticking on the fence of saying Ronnie is Breeze. And if he's not, then my next live stream will be titled, I Was Wrong. So that's how we're going to do this. Two more comments coming in. So there's no way Ronnie is Breeze. No one is able to love a person. We've heard this one before. I believe they're going to make an older version of Raising Kanan or some other name with Ghost, and Breeze going to introduce himself in that version. Don't get me fooled. Ronnie can be him, but Breeze way smart. Yeah. All right. Guys, I am out. I thank all of you for coming on and engaging in this conversation. This is really fun to connect with all of you. Get off the comments and come on the camera and have this conversation, man. I really appreciate it. Until next time, you know what I always say, peace.